So this is the time of year when people routinely are ready to start moving small shrubs or plants and perennials from one spot in their garden to another. Maybe you've had a change of mind, or you see conditions have changed in your garden environment. Maybe the plant has gotten too big, or you've lost a tree that's created more sunlight than you expected, or maybe the plant just is not performing well in its current location. So whatever your reasons, this is the how-to of how to move a small shrub. In this case, we're moving a small hydrangea, and I'm going to relocate it next to the lilies in between the hosta. And I'm going to bring it out a little bit forward in the bed so it receives some extra sunshine so that it will continue to blossom and flower. So rule number one is to make sure you have a sharp shovel. And what I do is I go around the outside of the plant in like a saucer shape. And typically most of the roots of most plant material is in the upper 4 to 6 inches of soil. So I tend to cut a bigger circle around the entire outside of the plant. This plant is 2 years old, so it probably has a little bit of root structure that has extended out into the surrounding soil, and then just a little bit narrower towards the bottom, so it's a little bit like a cone shape, like a not strongly in the shape of a cone, but a small cone shape. And then I like to have landscape fabric, which I will just lift the ball of this hydrangea onto the landscape fabric. And because there's just one of me here today, if there were two, I'd have somebody on the other side to lift it into a wheelbarrow and move it with me. But as one person, I will just slide it, and luckily it's not too heavy. I certainly, in my years of landscaping, I had one extraordinary experience where two of us were working at moving a relatively large tree that had a root ball that probably weighed about 200 pounds. And we had a winch on the back of my coworker's truck, and we lifted it out, but it was quite, it was something that I envied other people in other jobs that day, we'll say that. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and, using my shovel as a lever, I'm going to lift this ball up very carefully out of the hole and put it on the landscape fabric. And after I do that, I'll do part two.